What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping. Use your gear, lose your gear, because if you're not using it, you might as well lose it. So, I want to come on here and do a video, kind of to piggyback off what my man Dennis did at EDC for fun. He put a bag on that he has, and he made into a kind of med kit trauma bag thing. And I said, that's an awesome idea. And I already have one, so I was like, that makes me want to do mine. So this is kind of inspired by his video, and this is basically the vehicle trauma kit that I have, also in an alpaca bag. Let me lift this up a little bit, actually. There we go. So this is the Alpaca Sling V2. This is in the VX material, I believe VX21. So yeah, so this is the bag that I have in another bag inside my truck. So this is kind of my vehicle trauma kit, and yeah, so let's get into it. So this bag I've done a video on. It has a D-ring. This is for a stabilizer strap, but you could hang whatever you want off of this, honestly. But I just basically have it like this. It has this orange honeycomb interior, ripstop nylon, so that's cool for visibility. And it has this magnetic fid lock. This is a weird lock, man. I mean, this is not something you want to be fumbling with when you need it really fast, but you push it like that and it slides open. I don't like this lock, dude, at all. I'm not really a huge fan of this bag. It's not a horrible bag. I think it's great for this particular type of setup. But again, when you put stuff in here, it's going to tighten the stuff up that's in here. It's going to tighten the stuff up that's in here. So you got to take that into consideration as well. So again, it's got this, ripstop nylon, which is pretty excellent. It is not 100% waterproof, but it does have these flaps so that water if it gets in on the side, you're good. I mean, so if something happened, some kind of a traumatic event, you were driving down the street, you saw something happen, car accident, whatever, you can grab this bag. It's got a strap, throw it over your shoulder if you don't have a jump bag or something like that, and boom, take it to wherever you got to go, help the people you got to help, and you're good to go. So let's see what I have inside here. Like Dennis, I have an H-bandage, just flat folded, for severe trauma. These do not expire. I don't care what they say. It's vacuum sealed, and as long as it stays vacuum sealed, it's good. You know what I mean? So H&H actually got bought out by a different company. So there's still some of these laying around, but I forget the name of the company that bought them out. It's got a different name now. But they do still have some H stuff floating around. So this is an H bandage. That's a compression bandage. Pretty cool, pretty cool. What else do we have in here? I have some Expand Gel, basically for burns. It's hydrogel on the back of it. It's just basically this. Put it on the burn, you're good to go. So if somebody gets burned, you have that. That's another thing that a lot of people don't consider when they're making kits is burns. That's something you have to, put in there just in case. That is something that happens. There are gels that you can buy that are in little bottles. I have some in the cabinet, and it works awesome because I'm an idiot and I burn myself all the time when I'm cooking. So stuff's really good. I also have a triangular bandage. If you don't have a tourniquet, you can use one of these. You can use it as a sling. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. So this is a cravat. I have that in there. I have, what else? Anything in here? So there is a main area. Oh, I do have some small thing of cling. So that's good. I have multiple different size pads here, gauze pads. These are 3x8s. I believe these are 4x4s. Yeah, so I have a few different gauze pads in there because you never know what size you're going to need. I also have some upside down petroleum gauze, which can be used for tension pneumothorax or a pneumothorax, which is a penetrating chest wound, or sucking chest wound. So you can put that over it, use it as a chest seal. So there's two of those, one for the front, one for the back. Entry and exit wound if it is a gunshot. And that is basically what I have in here. So that's the main area. Then we have a pocket right here. This pocket actually has little pockets in the pocket, which is actually pretty cool, So what do we have in here? So this is a Schlichman pressure wrap. So this is a tourniquet. He didn't want to call it a tourniquet, so he called it a Schlichman pressure wrap because it is Sam Schlichman. He is a ED doctor that works for Rescue Essentials. And he had me and a whole bunch of other people in one of these groups that I'm in, TACMed Forum, because I was a first responder for a fire department. test these out for him. So it was actually kind of cool. So he sent me like 3 or 4 of these actually, and I used them at the fire department. I tested them out on other people, EMS people, fire rescue people, see how they liked it. So it's cool to be included in that, like, that test group. So I've been carrying this. I have a bunch of them. He sent me, like I said, 4 of them, and it works great. So I have that as a tourniquet in there. I also have some H&H compressed gauze that is for stopping bleeding. So that's in there. Airway breathing. I have an NPA. It's a nasal pharyngeal airway up your nose. So I have that for blocked airways. Also have some Vaseline petroleum pack, you know, so you can jam it up their nose. Then I have a little trauma pad right there. And then I also have some, I think this is H&H Combat Medic tape. It's duct tape, seriously. So duct tape and compressed gauze, you can make a vented chest seal, right? So if somebody gets a penetrating chest wound from a knife or a gunshot, you put this over the wound and you can tape the edges, and it is a vented chest seal. So you can do that. If you have the tape, though, you have to have some kind of tape. So this is H&H Combat Medic gauze. Like I said, they got bought out, so I don't know if they're still selling stuff by the same name, but they are on Rescue Essentials. And if you're a first responder, certified first responder, there's a bunch of different discounts you can get. So definitely check out Rescue Essentials. They got a lot of good stuff going on. I get a lot of medical stuff from them. On the back, another pocket. And in this pocket is a lot of boo-boo stuff. So I got basically a pouch full of alcohol pads. I got, you know, ointments like Bacitracin. That's an iodine solution. So I have a bunch of stuff for sterilization, for cuts and stuff. This is a suture. This is in case I have to sew somebody up. But if I'm sewing you up, you're in trouble. Like, seriously. What else? Transcend. This is glucose gel. Low blood sugar. Help somebody out if I need that. Got some gloves. Again, more, you know, iodine swab in case somebody gets cut or something like that. Right here, this is an Israeli trauma bandage. So that's good for bleeding. And then I just threw a SWAT tee in here. This is a tourniquet, but it's like the worst tourniquet ever in the history of tourniquets. But it is good to use for a compression bandage. So if I have like some gauze and I have a SWAT tee, I can make a compression bandage with these 2 things. I mean, if you got to use it as a tourniquet, whatever, but I wouldn't, it's not a good tourniquet. Like, it's just not. But it is good. Like I said, even if I had to use all 4 of these, or some of that compression gauze, or this, and this as the, you know, the mechanism to apply, you know, mechanical pressure, I could do that. So that is all of the stuff that I have in my vehicle trauma kit. And again, that's not all the stuff that I have in my vehicle kit. I have an OD kit in there. It's got some Narcan, some other things in that little bag. Then I have a 511 little pouch that's a stop the bleed kit that has another Slishman pressure wrap in it with more compressed gauze. Because I am a fast instructor, stop the bleed instructor, so I have a whole bunch of first aid for severe trauma stuff in my truck. In case, you know, a lot of shit can happen with mechanism of injury. So MOI, man, accidents and stuff, there could be lots of blood. So it's always good to be prepared for something like that. So if you get a chance, take a stop the bleed class. They usually don't cost very much, and most of the times they're free. You can take them at your local fire departments, volunteer fire departments, even hospitals have them sometimes. Sometimes schools put them out. I do them, and also the sheriff's department does them. So if you get a chance, look into that so you can get fast trained, and you'll be pretty much ready for severe trauma, and you'll be proactive instead of reactive. So this is the kit that I have in the back of my truck. Shout out to Dennis at EDC for Fun. I will link his video that he just did with his bag. You guys can check out that video. Check out his channel, give him a sub. You guys have a great weekend.